Hello and welcome to Access UTV. My name's Michelle Edhouse, and as a certified facilitator I get to be on a Facebook group with all the other certified facilitators of Access Consciousness, and some of the amazing phenomenal changes that people and their clients and participants of the classes have are just so exciting to read. And one of them showed up today, and the facilitator was talking about how she had been facilitating a client around a particular topic. It was around moving house or something like that. And then one of the questions that she'd given her was, what contribution can blank be to the creation of this? What contribution can the house be to this showing up? What contribution can whatever be to showing up? And so a few days later this client texted her and said, wow, that question's amazing. I got bitten by a wasp, and as my foot was swelling and in pain, I asked, what contribution can this be to me? And what showed up was the antihistamine effect that the body kicked in with for the wasp was actually a contribution and help with the pain level of a torn muscle in their leg. Now, would you ever expect for a wasp bite to contribute to healing your torn muscle? I mean, the way we're taught in this world is that a wasp bite is bad and wrong, and it swells up and it's painful and it's horrible, right? But when you ask the question of what contribution can this be to me, my life, my body, my living, whatever that is, you start to get the awareness of what contribution it can be instead of making it wrong. Now, I could give you a huge list of ways that things have shown up greater than I ever imagined, from things that really didn't look like they were going to be a good thing, and when something shows up like getting stuck in traffic, let's use that one for an example. You get stuck in traffic, you're late for an appointment or something like that. If you ask, what contribution can this be, you might get the awareness that something else far worse than getting stuck in traffic and being a few minutes late would have actually shown up if you hadn't got stuck in that traffic. Maybe you would have been crossing an intersection when some idiot drove through a red light. Who knows what else would have shown up? And by being willing to ask, what contribution can this be, you get to not only maybe have the awareness of what would have shown up and if it hadn't happened, but also you get to see, wow, you know what? I actually got to sit and have a few minutes just me and breathe. Or maybe a beautiful bird sits on the tree next to you and sings just like that one did. I can't even see that one. It's hiding up in the giant palm tree that we've got here. And yet it was a contribution. Are you willing to receive the contribution, even if it looks like it's from something that would normally be a bad, wrong, terrible, awful thing? So what contribution can everyone and everything be in your life and living? In the energy pool series, Pulling in Your Reality, that we're running, it's amazing what barriers people are letting down to allow things that they wouldn't normally allow to be a contribution. Little children that would normally be considered an interference in a telecall are welcomed, and they're a contribution. The energy they be is a contribution, and by me allowing them to be a contribution, it also shows their parent how much of a contribution they be. In fact, yesterday I had a private client via Skype, and our son was home with a sore throat, and I was like, oh, what's right about this? What contribution can this be? And I was like, okay, cool. What can I be or do that will create more ease here? And I asked her if it was okay if, this is the client, if it was okay if I ran my son's bars while we did the session. And she was like, yeah, that sounds like that would be fun. So what I did was I was running his bars, and at 12 and having been around access since he was 4, he every time I asked a question in the form of a clearing question, he would then go pock pod, pock pod, pock pod, pock pod, and the giggles that it created in her universe and in my universe allowed things to shift and change so much more dynamically than just saying the clearing statement. And Gary always says that the clearing statement is your magic wand, and laughter clears far more than tears. So by him being homesick while I had a private session, it was such a contribution. It was such a hugely intense session. She cleared some pretty massive stuff, and him being there making smart comments and pock-potting and stuff just created so much more space and ease for that change to occur. So what have you been unwilling to allow to contribute to your life and living, that if you were willing to allow it, could show up more dynamically, more amazingly, and more of what you're asking for with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9, boys, shorts and beyonds. And before the cat comes and knocks over my tripod one more time, I'll say au revoir, and what else is possible if you allow everyone and everything to contribute. Cheers.